Hi there, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jaymie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast.
For 15 years now, we've been proudly helping breeders promote hundreds of thousands of pedigree livestock with our easy-to-use animal management-driven website software.
And let's not forget about Hired Hand Live, where over $1 million worth of livestock is sold online each year.
We're excited to bring you market trends, sales data, advice from your fellow breeders, and stories from the ranch.
Our software makes managing your website and your animals a breeze, so you can focus on what you love.
So let us handle your digital chores while you tune in to another episode of From the Pasture with Hired Hand.
Today we're talking about the upcoming Texas Treasure Sale. Our guest and sale host, Randy Murry, will give us an inside look at the cattle and other details for the weekend. Be sure to visit hiredhandlive.com, where you can view all the consignments, get detailed information, and place your bids. You can also check out the consigners' websites powered by Hired Hand software to learn more about their programs. If you're interested in hearing about the outstanding Longhorns headed to the sale ring, stay tuned. We've got the full rundown. Hey, Randy, how are you doing today?
Good, Jaymie. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Yeah, doing pretty good. For those people that may not know you, can you talk about yourself, your history with Longhorns and your ranch?
Absolutely. So, I own New Age Cattle Company. We're down in East Texas. I've been doing this for 27 years. I started registering my first cows in my name when I was around 13 years old.
So you are one of the 4 sale hosts for the Texas Treasure Sale. Can you talk to us about why you guys wanted to start the Texas Treasure Sale?
Absolutely. So, I was asked to join this. I'd spoke to Kurt Twining and Mike Davis about the sale, and both of those guys, they're real passionate about the Longhorns, and they had always wanted to keep a sale in the hill country. Mike and Kurt were real good friends with Alan Sparger, and that was their favorite event of the year, was going over to Red McCombs for that sale and participating there and getting to be with all their friends in the hill country and seeing those people. There was a lot of people that only went to that sale during the year, and they liked the location and they just liked everything about it. Well, the Fiesta sale continued on with the Glendennings, and they've made it something extremely amazing over there. They do such a good job putting that on, and I think everybody's excited about the one coming up. But there was something about the hill country where they wanted to continue having guests there, having a party there. John Heaver, he still lives over there. Mike has a place up in the hill country as well. And they just wanted to keep something local and be able to continue getting in that part of the world.
Yeah, and for those people that may not remember or maybe didn't even have Longhorns when this was happening, but there used to be a sale in Fredericksburg. Years and years ago, Rick Frederick used to host a sale. So it's nice to have a sale back in Fredericksburg because the town itself offers so much.
It really is. And, Mike does a lot of stuff in that community, and he is doing a lot of developments up there. And that city has grown so much, and it's bringing so many tourists, and there's a lot to do. There's great restaurants. There's people that used to participate heavily within the Longhorn industry. Bo Carpenter, for example, now has a restaurant, Casa Chloe, that's up there. And, we're going to be doing some things with them. They're going to be serving margaritas at the sale. And, we all plan on going there and stopping by Friday night after our main party. So it's a lot of people, that's a lot of familiar faces that people look forward to seeing and getting back in that area.
Well, you've mentioned Mike Davis, and you've mentioned John Heaver, and the other sale host is Kurt Twining as well.
Correct. And, Kurt Twining he was always a good friend with Alan Sparger, and he was always close with John and Mike. And, he loves that area, and Glenda's even excited about it. And she's looking forward to coming and participating in this sale. And she didn't go to many sales in the last few years, but she always attended when he would go out to Johnson City. So that is something she looks forward to, is getting back in the hill country as well.
And if anyone wants to know a little bit more about each of you sale hosts, in the catalog, there's a page that talks about you guys more in depth. And hopefully people go out there and read that and they learn something about each of you.
Absolutely. I couldn't ask for better partners within the cell. It has been um, a great working relationship from start all the way up until the week that it's getting crazy. You have different personalities completely, but we all work well together, and it's made it go very smooth.
Well, let's jump into the weekend events. What do you start out with on Thursday?
So Thursday is move-in date for the animals. So the cattle can be dropped off anytime between 8 and 5. It's going to be uh, at the new cell facility, which is going to be awesome because that is the Zero Alto Clier lane. Um, Originally, if you look at the catalog, it says Marjorie Farms. Marjorie Farms, we had planned to do there. It is a horse farm, and it is a very nice facility. And we're very thankful that we got the opportunity to possibly use it. But we wanted to bring it to the place that it's going to be forever. This is the future of the Texas Treasure Sale. Um, Mike was very excited to get the place that this is going to be hosted at, and he looks forward to developing it and turning it into a permanent fixture. Um, and that was always his plan from the beginning. And it finally got to where he needed to be able to move the cell there, start it out there, and welcome it to that part of town.
Perfect. And then on Thursday night, you have something going on from 6 to 9, right?
Correct. So everybody that comes in early to drop off cattle, um, they have Luckenbach performances there. And if you haven't been, it's a really good time. The Heartbreak Outlaws are playing. Everyone's going to meet over there. It's kind of an informal thing. There'll be drinks and some tables and stuff reserved, and we can all hang out early. And everybody's welcome to come. You don't have to pre-register or anything like that.
So that's Thursday. What about Friday? What's the plan for
So
Friday?
So Friday, we're going to start it'll be open for people to come and view the cows from 8 to 5 anytime. Come and go as they please. If they want to go on the wine tour, we're going to meet at the Albert Hotel. So the wine tour pickup will be at the Albert Hotel. Um, and there'll be signs out there. You'll see the shuttle buses to jump on at 10 a.m. That will be going until 4 p.m. So John Heaver has worked hard. He does a lot of business with these vineyards up there. He knows them well. We're going to be going to the best ones, and they're going to have all kinds of wine tastings, and they'll have food and stuff throughout the day. And Singing Hill Ranch played a big part in this. They are the sponsors for the wine tours. We're very thankful for them. They are new to the industry. They're new breeders, and they're very excited to be a part of a sale that's right close to them and get to meet everybody. So everybody needs to make sure they say hi to Matt King and his family, and they are the ones putting this on for us.
And then Friday evening, there's a sale party. Where does that happen?
Correct. So the sale party will be hosted at the Courtyard. Is the name of the venue. It's at Elkin, Maine. And that is where we're going to have the kickoff party or the pre-party for the sale. It's going to be great food. It's going to be great drinks. And it's going to be a time that we can all get together and meet and greet and kick off a fun weekend.
So now let's jump into Saturday. Who are the sale day contacts?
Any of the cell hosts, all of our numbers are listed there in the catalog or on Hired Hand. And you're more than welcome to give any of us a call if you need immediate assistance for cattle. And that's usually the main questions. If people are trying to buy or find haulers, my ranch manager's number is listed, Jesse Mize. Also, for anybody that has cattle on the grounds or needs to get in, Jesse is going to be staying on ground. So we'll have 24-hour assistant there and people watching the cows. Also, anybody's buying a lot or wanting to bid, we have you guys at Hired Hand. They're more than welcome to reach out to. They're more than welcome to reach out to Chase Basute. He will be the pedigree reader. And Dan Huntington will be the auctioneer. So anybody will answer. We're more than glad to point them in the right direction for whatever their needs are.
And now a word from our sponsors.
From the Pasture by Hired Hand is presented by R3 Hilltop Ranch. Located in Chilton, Texas, R3 Hilltop Ranch has been breeding registered Texas Longhorns since 2006. What began as 3 heifers has grown into our current herd, which you can explore on our website at r3hilltop.com. We're passionate about loud colors, longhorns, and docile temperaments, but it's the easy-keeping, low-maintenance traits of Texas Longhorns that initially attracted us and continue to drive our herd growth. In addition to livestock, we proudly offer certified Longhorn beef products. Visit r3hilltop.com/beef to learn more. Thank you for listening and enjoy exploring our ranch online at r3hilltop.com.
Are you a new Longhorn breeder eager to educate yourself on market trends and sale prices? Stay in the loop with our text messages. Get the latest updates, events, and insider tips on all things Longhorns delivered straight to your phone.
Stay informed by texting website to 888-700-8131, then reply with Longhorns. That's website to 888-700-8131. Sign up today and take your breeding program to the next level.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out? Rural life can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
Welcome to Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, the podcast for women who are craving connection, laughter, solidarity, camaraderie, and just overall encouragement in your everyday life and dreams.
Each week, your hosts, Annalise, that's me, and Courtney will cover topics such as farm life, mom life, making money online, side hustles, hobbies, sharing on social media, jobs off the farm, and so much more.
Us rural gals need to stick together, so saddle up for some fun, real, and unsolicited advice and stories from our everyday farm lives.
Grab a drink. We're Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, and we're here to help. Listen wherever you find podcasts.
So now let's go ahead and we'll talk about the consigners for the sale.
Okay. Well, some say they're consigners because they're putting in an animal, but we have set this sale up to where everyone is a sponsor. So everyone that has a lot consigned to our sale, we call a sponsor. We did it in 4 different levels, and we're thankful for all of those guys because they're the reason we can do what we're doing and kick off the inaugural sale in a special way.
And you have quite the list of different sponsors and consigners. And I think there's close to 40 of them.
There is. And, we've had so much support for this sale with so many good animals. And it's from all over the nation. And people are coming. And we're very, very thankful for the support, especially being the first one and everyone coming into Texas for it.
Yep. All right. Well, should we start talking about the consignments, which I'm sure is why everyone's tuning in?
Absolutely.
So you guys are doing something a little bit different for your sale. You're starting the sale out with 6 bulls. Talk about the bulls themselves and why did you choose to start the sale out with 6 bulls?
So there's not a sale in the industry currently that offers bulls, young bulls especially. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to give the breeders a chance to consign something that represented their breeding program, was something unique about the animal, and We wanted to try to find the best young bulls that we could, and offer them to the industry. Because if you buy a young bull at this age, um, he's got his whole future ahead of him. You will have all the semen rights to him, and you can pretty much develop and grow out this bull and determine his future and his impact on the industry by what you're breeding him to, what you're choosing to do with those genetics. And we got some pretty special consignments, and we only took 6. We were originally taking 5, and we just couldn't choose between the last 2. So we ended up adding another lot to it, making a lot 0, and then taking 6 of the top bulls. But we had a lot of incredible consigned that we had to make a hard decision on.
So you mentioned lot 0, M7L Touchdown. Tell us what you know about this bull.
M7L Touchdown is offered by Wayne Manning, of course. This young bull combines the 100-inch TCC Danny, the over 100-inch 3S Danica, the over 100-inch 3S Touchdown Tari. And it's really a nod to Mike Davis and LM Longhorns program. I think he's a very special animal. This bull has an interesting pedigree, especially because the dam is BCR True Heart. It's a little different take on a genetic combination for the industry with some very sought after genetics.
So let's move on to lot 1, DCT Fire King. Can you tell me what you know about him?
Yeah, absolutely. So DCT Fire King, he is out of Rio's Queen Dam. Beautiful, beautiful maternal line there. He goes back to a cow that I raised when I was younger. When it goes back to the R2 ranch, Lady in Red, she's on the top side of this bull, and also goes to Horseshoe J Example 402, which there's a lot of those genetics here at my herd New Age. The sire of this young bull is KDK Wildfire. That is an exceptional animal. He's just beautiful. He's big. He's colorful. He puts it on his calves, and he is just outproducing himself over and over. The dam is a sharpshooter daughter out of River Forks Queen PC 18. This is a beautiful brindle calf. He's very flashy. I think that he's going to do a lot of good. DCT is putting a heck of a program together. I just love what they're doing. I love the bulls that they're producing and the genetic combinations on this one.
And then I believe you all are doing something special with lot 2.
So lot 2, this lot was scratched, unfortunately, and we are going to replace this with something unique, and we're going to release the details soon. We're not ready to quite put that out there yet, but we do have something very special. We wanted to keep all of the same lot numbers. We didn't want an empty spot, and we're going to back it up with something.
Okay. And then the 4th bull in the sale is lot 3, Cyclone LM.
Lot 3 is a very special consignment. It's offered by Mike Davis with LM Longhorns, one of the cell hosts. He wanted to put in a bull that he thought was going to be one of the top industry leading future herd sires. And I don't think anyone can put a pedigree together like this one. You're combining 3S Danica, her whole family line, with Danica's image, the dam of this bull, all over 100 inches. But you're also combining Silent Iron and Danica together, which are both around 115 inches. And there's not a pedigree stacked with maternal genetics for horn like this bull in the industry. He's going to be a one of a kind for sure.
The 5th bull that you have is lot 4, Argo CA.
Yes. So this bull is offered by Brian and Karen Allen at Circle A Longhorns. Karen has sent me pictures recently of him, and I think every animal in the cell has changed. But this young bull he is just beautiful. He is a big-bodied bull. He has a ton of hip on him, that beautiful black and white color. His dam was a cash cow at the Hudson Stockyards sell, Sniper's Night Miss. She has this beautiful laid-back horn. His sired by Hydro, that's just putting a lot of color and frost on the calves. Huge body. This calf has a lot of potential. Sniper's done a lot of good for the industry for true blacks and producing those black and white calves with a lot of horn and a lot of movement in the horn. This bull's definitely a unique genetic package, and he's a heck of a bull to see when you see him in person.
And then the last bull is lot 5, Rusty BCR.
Rusty BCR is offered by Bill and Suzanne Torkelson. If you've been to Bull Creek Longhorns, she has a ton of bulls and she has some amazing cows. They work really hard at putting together a top quality program. And in this calf, he represents exactly what they're doing out there. He's got a beautiful color. You don't see those red frosted roans often. And I think he's another one that you would have to see in person to really understand his color. But he's combining some really great cattle in the industry. Jamaicaism's Alfie, she is a favorite of the industry. Combines Chantilly Lace as a Grand Dam, HR Slams Rose. Those are names that everybody in the industry knows. Chantilly Lace is over 107 inches as a 6-year-old, and she's just a phenomenal cow. Slams Rose, I mean, she doesn't need an introduction. She is the dam of Rebel HR, and his grandsire is Cornerstone ECR. So you got a genetic package here for an outcross to a lot of herds in the industry that just is a powerhouse of genetics.
So that wraps up the bulls. Are you willing to play a little game with us when we talk about the cows?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to play a game called Catalog Roulette. I'm going to go through the catalog, randomly pick a few lots, and if you could just tell us what you know about them.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go ahead. We'll start with lot 7, Dauntless Dovetail.
Dauntless Dovetail, that heifer I seen online when we started putting the cell together, and Ross Subner has that female, and I seen her in her color, and he said, he wanted to consign the cell. Well, I said, I'm on your website, and we have to have this heifer in here. She is just beautiful. She's got a rare color to her, and she has a really unique pedigree. You won't see this pedigree in many herds. She is out of the bull Shaka's Joe that Dauntless has. He's a full sibling to the 110-inch Shakira Joe that's owned by Diamond B. She's just a really unique pedigree with a lot of color, and she's got a lot of potential.
All right, we'll move on. Let's do lot 13, BL Maggie.
Lot 13. So Bob Loomis, he has an amazing program that needs no introduction, but he always says that his favorite cross on his ranch and the favorite young females that are coming up are the BR Crackerjack out of the Buanachek's daughters. Well, this is a perfect example of her, and I've seen recent video of this female. She is just exploded with horn. She's got a beautiful color. Maggie is just going to be one that someone can make a true foundation female with. You can't find a hole in her pedigree. The body on this cow, the color, everything is there. She's the total package.
Next, we'll move on to another, I think, ranch that needs no introduction. When people see HL associated with an animal, I think they immediately go to Hudson Longhorns. So let's go to lot 17, HL Stormy.
Lot number 17, you are absolutely correct. The ranch, it speaks for itself. The cows, they speak for itself. The brand, the Hudsons, Bill and Liz, just great people offering great genetics. Mike Willinger, he knows so much about these cows, and they're taking that program just to the next level every time. This one is a great representation of what they're doing there. She is sired by HL Open Range, which is a heads up son out of HL Significant. Both of those animals, I mean, they do it every time. Heads up is on a different level of most animals, and he's producing it. HL Significant, she could be one of my favorite cows in the industry. This heifer, her dam is a Vindicator daughter. it's just all there. It's the total package. She's actually at my house right now. They wanted to get her acclimated to Texas and over the haul. And we're so glad that they supported us, and they did a heck of a job with this one. I mean, you won't find a heifer more complete. She's just beautiful bodied, beautiful horn, and an exceptional pedigree there. And we're so glad they're supporting us. We know that they have the Bluegrass following weekend behind the Texas Treasure. I've got some heifers going up there, and a lot of people from the South do as well. So we got 2 fun weekends in a row with great animals.
The next lot we'll move on to is lot 24, PF Poem of Silence.
So lot 24, she is a beautiful young heifer. She is sired by Colluder, which brings in the over 115-inch silent iron. And her dam is 3P 50-50 poetry blend. And if you've ever seen this cow in person, she is a 50-50 daughter. She is brittle. She has specks all over her. She has this beautiful rolling twisted horn. She's over a 90-inch 5-year-old. She's just absolutely gorgeous. And this heifer, I think, is going to be a home run for a program. She is definitely going to be a future foundation female. She's just set up for it. And if she looks anything like her mother in a few years, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
So next, we'll move on to lot 27. This comes from Tom and Amy Buxton. The lot that they chose to enter is Buck's Jungle Heart. Tell us about her.
Lot 27, she is an exceptional young female. You know, Tom and Amy, they have bought some really nice cattle. They're breeding some really nice cattle. And this one, I think, is a true representation of what they're doing there at their program. Beautiful heart. She is the dam of this female. She's one of my favorite cows. She is such a unique genetic package. She combines Hunt's Command Respect and his full sister. You don't see that in programs often. El Coyote, you know, when they sold this cow, they really dug deep to let the Buxtons be able to acquire her. I don't think that Tom and Amy will be selling many daughters or another daughter out of this female anytime soon, if ever. She is now a 100-inch 6-year-old, and she milks like a Jersey cow. She has a beautiful bag. She feeds a calf, and she has a ton of horn. And when you combine Jungle Jim with that, an over 100-inch bull out of the great Jim and Jenny, that's now over 99 inches, it is a pedigree that you won't see often, and you might not get your hands on again.
All right, so next on the list, we'll go to lot 32 from Rex and Sharice Glendenning. Her name is GF Rexy Sheba.
Lot 32, another exceptional female. Rex and Sharice, they have such a great program, and they're young females. I couldn't be happier with what they consigned. They were one of our biggest sponsors. They one of our biggest supports, and they gave us outstanding animals. And I mean, Rexy Sheba, Hattie Wynn, all of their animals are so consistent. But this little heifer, she is sired by Rex Chex, which is a Cowboy Tough Chex son out of Rio Lazal. And her dam is GF Dragon Sheba, which is a drag iron daughter. They had drag iron there. They produced some amazing females. This one is a true representation of their genetics, what they're doing, what they're combining. Sheba's pedigree is just stacked with great animals, and it's just flawless confirmation, and she's an absolute beautiful heifer.
And now let's hear from our advertisers.
Looking for top quality Longhorns and a taste of true Texas spirit? Look no further than Cantera Cattle Company. Our passion for Longhorns shines at Old Gringo Ranch, where tradition meets excellence. Visit us online at CanteraCattleCompany.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates and ranch life fun. Ready to experience it yourself? Schedule your visit by emailing canteracattle@gmail.com. Remember, God is great, Longhorns are good, and life is crazy.
Hey, if you love From the Pasture with Hired Hand, why not go check out my podcast, The Big Iron Podcast with Andrew Shigori. where we dive into the world of registered Texas Longhorns and what it means to be an agriculture entrepreneur in the modern world, with a little southern flair, of course. Find the Big Iron Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to buying and selling livestock, trust is everything. At Hired Hand Live, we have a platform that breeders and buyers rely on, whether participating in a live auction, an internet-only event, or hosting their own online auction. Our secure, user-friendly system ensures that your bid counts, and every transaction is backed by our commitment to integrity.
Whether you're a part of a consignment sale or planning your own internet auction, Hired Hand Live connects breeders and buyers live and online. Discover why breeders trust us with their livestock auctions. Visit hiredhandlive.com today.
Next, we'll move on to Lot 40, who is from H Cattle Company, which is owned by John Hebert and Chap Hutchinson. And the animal that they consign, its name is H Ponos Cadillac.
Yes, Lot 40. She is a beautiful, beautiful heifer. It consigned by another cell host, H Cattle Company. They have a great program up there, John Heaver and Chap Hutchinson. It is a lot of red McCombs breeding, a lot of those great genetics that, Alan Sparger was so proud of. And that program, it combines Rose of Sebastian, the Edge of RM, Cadillac Grande, and then, Shadow Jubilee. RM High Hopes, and 3S Danica. And I mean, those genetics were foundation genetics for the Red McCombs program. They're foundation genetics for John and Chap now. And you can't get a better body and color on a female. I think she is going to be a great foundation cow for somebody and pretty much a total outcross for today's industry.
Next, we'll move on to Lot 50, who comes from Mike and Callie Smith at Cold Copper Ranch. The heifer that they consigned was 4C Suntide.
This heifer, she is absolutely beautiful. Cold Copper, they brought us a great one. They have some great cows on their ranch. They posted a picture of her on social media yesterday or this morning. I seen it. And the heifer has grown so much like a lot of these animals in this cell. We're consigning them young and we expect changes, but it's really blowing my mind seeing how much they've changed and how much they've grown. This heifer's sire is tied off, which is a full brother to the 100-inch tip-to-tip, 120K black and white saddle horn. I mean, if you're adding black and white genetics, they don't get any better than this for value and for consistency. This heifer, she is going to make someone a heck of a foundation cow. She'll be a true black and white for someone that can make an impact on anybody's program.
So next we'll move on to Lot 51 from another veteran breeder, Dora Thompson with Sandhill Ranch. The animal that she consigned is SH Cindy Moonshine.
Cindy Moonshine, she is an absolute beautiful heifer. Dora gave us a great one. Dora has some amazing genetics out of her program. She has a large herd. She can show you cows for days, and there's so many pastures, and she has a lot to choose from. This heifer, she's out of that Crown Moonshine bull that Dora has. He's got tons of horn. He's putting the most unique colors on the heifer, and this one's no different. They're yellow, they're gold, they're done. They have brunel stripes. They have all types of markings, and it's out of the 8 Seconds Checks daughter, Cindy Lou Checks. Dora has some great cows out there, like I said, and if you're wanting something with a unique color and it's going to have a lot of horn, this could be a good one for you.
All right, and we'll end our catalog roulette with Lot 53. I think you probably know quite a bit about this one, NACC Formal Darlin.
Lot 53, she's the last lot in the cell, and I wanted to save something good for the end of the cell. And this female, she's going to be one of those that a ranch is going to take home, and they're going to be able to develop her into a foundation female that will be a cornerstone of their program. Feisty Darlene, she has been a fixture for the Burton family and for New Age Cattle Company since she started producing. Even as an older cow now, coming 15 years old, she has had 13 heifers for this ranch. She just continues to get better. There is not many young cows that milk as good as her, that have the horn that she does and that produces like that cow does. Her dam was a clone of Delta Darlene. Her sire was Feisty Lee Jr. Both of those animals were huge impacts to the industry for horn production. This little female with Formula Tire, she combines Overland twice, Feisty Fanny twice. Those two females were such an impact on the genetics here at New Age, and over the years have been contributing to the entire industry. But this heifer, don't miss her because she is red. And at the end of the cell, this female is one that I can guarantee you she will be that foundation female that you have for many years to come that keeps giving to your ranch and just improving your herd.
So that rounds out our game of Catalog Roulette and the sale, which happens on Saturday. Can you remind us what time it starts?
So on Saturday, cattle viewing, of course, is going to be from 8 to noon. And then we're going to try to start getting everyone headed over around 11:30 for lunch. So we're going to be serving lunch and cocktails at the sales facility from 11:30 to 1. And we're going to kick the Texas Treasure sale off at 1 p.m. Everybody make sure you get over there prior to 1. We would like to see you there at 11:30 for lunch and cocktails before the sale starts. And of course, cattle viewing, if you get there, we're going to have some breakfast tacos if you get there early enough.
Okay. And then Sunday, what time do all the animals need to be out?
Saturday night after the Texas Treasure sale, we wanted to have a closing party. So we're going to have that after party at the Albert Hotel bar from 5 to 10. So we would want everybody to come over there that's staying around. There's not a rush to load your cows after that sale. We want to continue the weekend. Remember that we're there for the entire weekend to have a good time. We don't want to rush anybody, and we don't want everyone to just jump in the truck and run off after the sale. So Sunday, we don't have, now that we're at this facility and we've moved the location, we're not rushed to be out of there, but everybody wants to clean up and they want to get home as well. So if we could have the cattle out by noon, that would probably be ideal.
We end the podcast typically with a quick game called Fast Five. I say a characteristic of an animal, and then you go ahead and say an animal in the sale, one that we preferably haven't talked about. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right. How about a black and white animal?
Black and white animal, I would go with Kiss I Can. She is consigned by Atan and Sandy Barham. She is a beautiful Cowboy Reb daughter. Cowboy Reb is, a son of HR Awesome Reb. She sold for $140,000. Incredible female. This is one of the first offerings. It is the first offering from that bull, and she's just as good as they come, and the only black and white daughter, I believe, out of him so far.
How about, let's move on and we'll do an animal that is red and white.
Red and white. There's a lot of exceptional red and white ones in the sale. I really want to highlight one, and I'm going to take this chance to lot 29. She is one of my consignments. Her name is No Deal. She is out of BR Real Deal. That he's just a powerhouse. He is a son of A.M. Rose's Ruby that recently sold at the Eddie Wood sale. She's 100 and nearly 107 inches. Combines Jam and Jenny, 99 inches. The dam is closing in on 100 inches tip to tip. She is a force to be reckoned with. She is going to be a powerhouse of a female.
The next characteristic is brindle.
Okay, there is a very unique brindle in the cell. That is GLR Moonbeam Gal. She is a really beautiful brindled female. There was a post on social media recently about her color and how rare it is. It's a reverse brindle Grullia, I believe is what he called it. but she absolutely stand out. She's one you definitely want to check out in person when you get to the sale, or get one of us to send you a picture or video of her, because she's going to be one that you can't get very often and put those color jeans into your program.
And lastly is True Black.
Okay, True Black, let's use lot 35. It's going to be Safari Hills LP. She's, a great representation of what Lonesome Pines is doing. She's sired by a Rural Safari son. Her dam is High Hills. We watched a High Hills daughter sell pick of the herd from the Legacy recently. We know how valuable those genetics are. She also had a sister, sell for over 6 figures at the Legacy sale, Hills and Pearls. This heifer is really special. She's going to be a foundation female for someone, and I think she is as good as representation as you could ask for on a true black and white female.
Well, Randy, thank you for joining us, and be sure to everyone listening to check out the Texas Treasure Sale consignments ahead of the sale day and follow us for more updates. Until next time.